Sing and make music to your heart, in your heart, to the Lord. Sing and make music in your heart. Not sing and make music in your instrument first, or sing and make music with your vocal abilities. He says in your heart. So what is it about your heart that's singing joyful songs? What are some ways that we can hinder worship relationally?
Just conflicts within the group.
Right. What does that look like? I was invited out years ago to a church. They wanted me to work with their team, and one of the things we first set out to do is that they wanted me to just experience their worship time in the morning. The team didn't meet me yet. Just the pastor knew who I was, and he was the only one who knew what I looked like. Thank God. And I walked in, and there was the worship team all huddled, kind of off, almost behind the stage a little bit, but I could see them. And I thought, well, I'm just going to walk over there. They don't know me. I'm just going to walk over there and just kind of see what they're doing, And I began to hear bickering. And this is about 10 minutes before the service. And I walked up a little bit closer, and then I hear them arguing over who was going to use the coveted golden-colored microphone.
Must have been a Baptist church.
Maybe it was. These walls look a little familiar. As our number one job is to help worship teams, worship leaders, congregation, is to help each other worship. That stems down to a relationship with one another. See, I believe leading worship is truly about leading relationships with people. Because if our hearts, and I would say here, if our hearts are not right, what business do we have here leading? Do you ask God to lead you, to lead people? I think that's one of the best prayers that Solomon ever prayed. It's a prayer that I love to follow. When Solomon could have asked for riches or anything else, he said, God, please give me wisdom to lead these people. If you're wanting your people to take worship seriously, and to take you seriously, then it falls upon you to be disciplined as a team. This is what God has called us to. Is it not? Or if the Holy Spirit is not leading us, what are we doing? What are we doing if we're not being led by the Holy Spirit? Then have we just become blind leaders of the blind? Because after all, we're trying to minister to people who only capture 5 minutes of worship each week. And then worship leaders and worship teams scratch their heads after the service is over and go, yeah, but why aren't people singing? It's kind of ironic.